Alrighty, welcome to 1.7.10, or the update that changed the world. So we've got a lot. First, we got a ton of biomes. I'm talking like 10 plus. We're only going to go to a few. Savannah, ice spikes, or a big taiga, a mesa. So those three are the most important because we want to build on those later on, maybe, who knows. And then we also got lure and luck of the sea enchantments, which is really big because we also get new fishing loot, which is name tags and enchantment books, which are the two things we care about the most. So right out of the gate, let's go enchant. Alrighty, there we go. I'm breaking 2. Dang, no luck of the sea. Well, that's alright. So I think right out of the gate here, we're just gonna go explore as quickly as possible because we have too many biomes to go through. We'll probably end up seeing most of them along the way, which is why I never really said that we would explore all of them individually, because we'd probably just run across them. The ones we are going to search out are obviously a mesa, a taiga, ice spikes, and a savannah. Alright, so last time we got our mule, donkey, and horse, and we got a absolutely goated horse. I don't think it's going to be faster, so basically made a portal super far through the nether in a giant tunnel that would fit for a horse, that way we can get there. So it is time to do this. Alright. Right up here. The reason we're going so far is because we've generated so many chunks with old generation that we need to travel insanely far. So we're going to be about 25,000 blocks away, so hopefully that's not too far. My main goal is, number 1, to find a mesa. And this sounds crazy way ahead, but way in the future, a mesa is the ideal place to build a quarry because getting terracotta is a nightmare on its own. So having something automatically mine so many blocks for you is extremely helpful. Oh, also, as I was editing literally the last video, we had hit over 100 subscribers, which is like wild. Like I did not think I would get to this point this quickly. And like as I'm recording this, it's at like 130 something right now, and it's just like I don't even know what's happening. So thank you. Okay, that's 3,000 blocks away, and let's get down here, hopefully without dying. Okay, cool. It is time to journey. And we still have our extra donkey we were looking for last time, so that's a nice sight. As you know, it literally took me like, I think, 6 hours to find this. So, alright, let's go this way. Also because I see a village, and I'm greedy. Hey people, what's going on? Okay, I'm gonna go to bed really quick. So, as you can see in the distance over here, that is a dark oak forest, which is really big because it's an entirely new type of wood, and I believe there's a glitch to get on the nether roof by growing a dark oak tree through bedrock, because it'll sort of replace the bedrock as air. Not totally sure, but if that does work, we don't need to make a huge tunnel, and we can get anywhere we want from the nether roof on a horse, which is absolutely, especially from last time where we dug 18,000 blocks. We traveled 3,000, but we had to dig 18,000 of them in the nether just to be able to get this far away with the horse because there was so much water. If we can get on the roof again and actually be able to get a horse through, that's gonna be huge. So let me, before I leave, because I am a glutton, let me go raid this blacksmith here. I mean, so much for a desert town. You guys are in water. What's going on? That might be the worst trade in history. Oh my, dude, who do you think you are? Like, what? Okay, so now given that there's new types of generation, we should not be running into a ton of ocean anymore, which is a really good thing. Alright, let's get ourselves a dark oak tree. Never thought I'd be saying that. And apparently we have no achievements. I think I know why. So basically every time we have a new video, it's in a new update. But we have to, in the launcher, you have to transfer the version over, so it sort of resets your achievements because it creates a new instance every time, and the world is just being transported between new versions. So for some reason, we just keep getting the same achievements over and over again. That's 3 dark oak saplings, and also we have advanced tooltips in the game, so now we can see our durability, which is super helpful. Okay, that is 6 dark oak saplings. Oh, make it 7. Yeah, the terrain's like totally different now. Huh. I think this is sort of the update where it went from sort of like an old generation style to sort of modern. Oh, I see something big over there. Let's go check that out. So with this update, there's also a ton of new flowers and certain things. So you kind of have these blue azaleas, I'm pretty sure it's what it's called. Blue orchid. Okay. Whoa. Huh. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's realistic. Oh yeah. So also, you can probably tell my render distance is way higher. So the render distance has increased from 12 to 16 chunks, or something close to that. I actually can't remember what it was before, but I think you can tell now that looks pretty cool. But this is Extreme Hills. Looks a little bit better. I'm not sure they changed it, or maybe this is just a really good one. I will say my performance is tanking like pretty badly. I don't think the game was very optimized when all these biomes came out, so the engine was just like struggling. Because I have a good computer, so... Oh, here we go. Okay, we found a savannah. Wow, that was quick. I will say the generation, although it's different and seems more new, it's also different. Like, it's very flat. There's a lot of sweeping hills, and I actually like this a lot more. It has a much more realistic terrain generation because it's a flat sort of gradual slopes and curves that actually make it look somewhat realistic, as if the earth actually eroded that way correctly in order to sort of create that shape, which I think is a much better way to have the game generated. I think the problem in the newer updates is there's so many biomes, there's so many different types of terrain generation that it starts to clash with each other. And some of them can kind of get in the way. Like you have a lot of the giant caves that with these gaping just holes everywhere that sort of take away from a place that could have had sort of like a, you know, a flat area like we were just at. Things like this over here. In a newer update, you'd get a giant ravine going right through the center of this, or some giant hole, and it would kind of ruin the whole thing. Because it's so common and happens so often that you don't really get a chance to get something like this. I mean, look at that. Like, if you ever played Skyrim, this is what it looks like outside of Whiterun. Like, this is, like, pretty much it. Okay, so now that we're in a village, and I am very greedy and exploitative and good at it, let's see what these guys got. Okay, we're holding a council meeting in here. What's going on? You're selling shears. You need to go out of business. Okay. God, no. Oh, this is a joke trade. Okay. All right. That's fine. That's not bad. Ooh. This is pretty barren. I don't know who's living in here. Probably just some guy. This is a very male-oriented house here. No bed. No, you don't need anything. Just a floor. Just lay down, like with just like one pillow and like a small little TV and a foldable chair. Okay, so like probably not much there. I didn't expect any good trades. I was just kind of curious to see what was going on. And then we also have this desert temple over here. So hopefully we get an enchantment book or two. That would be really nice. Or maybe some emeralds. Okay, here we go. Ooh. You know what? I like that. Because you never know when you're going to lose your horse armor. Could happen to anyone. Gold. Horrible. Hate it. God, no. There goes that. We're going to get rid of this, but we're still going to grab the gold because we need it, because mining gold is still a nightmare. I think in the future we can make a gold farm, but we're just going to grab it. So, savannah, check. Dark oak forest, check. 2 things we need to find is a ice spikes and a taiga. preferably one of the big ones with all the podzol, and then also a mesa, which is going to be tough to find. Oh, you know what? We totally forgot to get a acacia sapling here for our tree farm. Okay, 2 saplings is fine. We only needed 1, realistically. I really wish I could have like 64 render distance here. Oh man. Yes. So we made it to a mesa. Wow, that was quick. I didn't think that would happen that fast. No, not a very large one, but we did find it. So we're going to write this down. And if you're wondering why our coordinates page is blank, last time I accidentally threw our book into lava. I didn't include that, but that did happen. So we lost some coordinates, but a lot of them we already know, so it's not the end of the world. So where are we at right now? Negative 25,759. 82. We don't necessarily need that, but... And then 5. Okay. Cool. Oh, the mesa continues. Very weird. Oh, really weird. Okay, so I must have loaded this area in before, and then now that I'm loading this in, there's basically a huge hole in this mesa. What the heck? This is what I was talking about before, how like we'd see like generation like clashing with each other like all over the place. This is exactly what I mean. What the heck? Yeah, sorry guys. That was my fault. See what's going on up here. Oh yeah, now we're talking. You know what? We're gonna write down the coordinates for this area, not the one we were at before. This is what we were really looking for. Alright, time to find some ice spikes and the taiga, which is pretty rare. Taiga should be easier. I'm not sure about ice spikes though. Alright, McDonald's land. We'll miss you. Oh, you know what? That reminds me. When the Minecraft movie came out, McDonald's had this like deal where like they had like a new type of sauce or something like that. And so I decided to get that with the nuggets, and it was the Nether sauce or whatever. And it was like not that good. Like it was, you had like a couple, it's like whatever. So I think it was like a sweet, spicy, sort of tangy sauce. I couldn't really identify what it was, but it was something. I don't know. This is super nice. Whoa. Wow, check out that well. That is a really cool spot. Wow. Wow. That's... I'm getting immersed right now. Hold on, let's look at this from a different view. You'll see what I mean. Like, it literally looks like... Look at that. It's like a holy well up there. That's really cool. Another village. Huh. Right here. They must have increased the spawn rate or something. Uh-oh. Hold on. What do we got? Ooh, 2 diamonds? Okay. I can respect this one. Thank you. And we're out of here. See you guys. Get robbed. Oh. Hello. Also right next to a temple as well. Okay. We want name tags. Not a name tag. Not a god apple. So... Good try. Alright, temple, what do you got? 2 emeralds? 3 diamonds. 4 gold. Another emerald. Alright. Not bad. And I bet you can see as I'm playing there's these stuttering big lag spikes. This is because at this point in the game the amount of stuff that needed to be loaded in kind of overtook the level of processing power the engine had, so you get like this super laggy experience and low FPS, which isn't the worst. You still get, you know, if you have a good PC you're fine. You just have to deal with some of those lag spikes. So check out this. Yeah, that is pretty cool. And down to the right I think I see something. I will say this area looks pretty cool. Okay, here we go. Here's a big taiga right over there, so we're gonna have to get around here. There we are. Okay, only thing left now is to find a ice spikes biome, which hopefully doesn't take super long. We've been out for quite a while, so I'm really hoping we find one. Whoa. A little bit of lightning where I'm at. There is a huge storm outside. Holy. Dude, when that lightning strike happened, my monitor went black. Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude, am I in danger right now? I'm feeling the ground vibrate. Had my window open there, so that was good. That was a smart idea. Okay, so considering that we're pretty far away and we haven't really found an ice spike biome, I figured we would take this time to try to figure out the nether roof dilemma. So what I've done is I've linked our portal to a higher point in the nether. That way it's not super inconvenient for us. So even though I can't get the horse to the roof right now, I can at least get close to it where I might be able to get through. So how I'm going to do this is basically, it's very weird, but you just get on the roof on your own. Right now we don't have any ender pearls, so we're gonna have to use the boat method, which is, I know, I don't want to do it either. Once we're on the roof, we place down dark oak saplings, and then in a 2x2, and then you create that large dark oak tree, and eventually, if you do it enough times, it will spawn the tree in the bedrock, which ends up replacing it. So that's sort of how we're gonna break through the roof. Oh, maybe the boat method doesn't work anymore. Uh-oh. Oh, you can keep going even higher. See, we would have died if we did that. Right here, let's see. Can't get in. So they must have patched the boat glitch. So it looks like we're gonna have to go back and find some endermen. Alright, so we got our pearls. I got 3. There we go. Okay, basically, we're just going to grow a dark oak tree, and then you want to break the bottom, and we're going to keep redoing this over and over and over until eventually leaves grow out the bottom. And some logs will end up replacing bedrock below this, and that's how we can break through. Ah, there we go. Okay. Ah, there we go. So, too much bedrock there. That's not helpful. Okay, right there's an opening. Now we need to keep doing this because we have a horse to get through. And I believe this glitch only exists for this update, so if we want to do this, we should probably capitalize on it. Alright, after a few hours, and I mean a few hours, what I did, since my horse can jump 2 blocks, basically, I got enough of an opening here to where I just go straight up, and then all I have to do is jump up here, and then jump up another 2 blocks, and then I'm out. That took such a long time. Okay, we're back, and we're level 36. So, I think I want to enchant. Considering that my axe broke, yeah, let's enchant a new one. Yep, nice. So, efficiency 4, fortune 2, and breaking 3. Given that we just made a hole in the roof for our portal far away, I figured we should do the same treatment for our portal at 0, 0. That way we can go to the roof and the regular nether if we want to. Because we also need to be able to get a horse up there from here. Okay, so I'm at our portal above. So we're breaking this one because we need to have it below. So when we break through, it teleports us up here, but just below the bedrock. And then we can go through the hole and we're on the roof. Given that, we have a ton of bone meal, so this time it should not take as long, and I won't need to go hunting skeletons all day. Alright, after many moons, we've got our giant hole here. So the portal is aligned at 0, 0, so now when we go back through, we're all good. So there you go. And I'm sure in a few updates we'll be able to link portals to the roof, but just for convenience sake and as an emergency escape, I figured we'd just add that in. Okay, before we go find an ice spikes biome, I figured we'd go try fishing, just because that's in this update, and who knows? I think we can get an enchanted bow and enchanted fishing rod. We also want the name tags as well. That's probably the number one thing right now, but if we can also get books, that would be really, really nice. So I'm just going to be waiting at our mob grinder, and I'm just going to get level 30, and then hopefully we get something good. I'm just praying. That's all. I have no expectations for the results enchanting wise, so we'll see. Okay, level 30. We just honestly, even if we just only get luck at the sea, I'll take it. Dang. Looks like we're going with that. Hopefully we can catch a good fishing rod. Okay, we got a piece of leather, and that gave us the cow tipper achievement, which is pretty funny. Alright, so I've done easily over 100 casts at this point, and I haven't got a single treasure item, well, at least a treasure item I would want. None of them have been an enchantment book, a fishing rod, a bow, or a name tag. So since I'm already level 19 from fishing so much, I'm just going to get level 30 really quick. We're going to enchant again, and if we don't get luck at the sea, then I will probably just go to the ice spikes biome, go check that out. Alright, level 30. Pray. It's time to pray. Just luck of the sea. That's all I want. That's all I'm asking. Alright. I can do that. I can do that. Hey, name tag. There we go. Okay, we got a book. Blast protection 3, efficiency 3. That's like okay. That's just whatever. Okay, so we have been doing this a while, and I don't want to do it for too long. So what the plan is to go find the ice spikes biome. But before we do that, we have a name tag, and I think so. I had someone last episode say that I should name the horse Gizmo, which we already named our horse Shadowmere, so I figured we could name the mule Gizmo. So Nate B 1422. Hopefully that's a good deal. Gizmo, got it. Where's our mule? There you are. Gizmo, there you go. Alright, so it's time to head to the ice spikes. And what we're going to have to do, because it takes a really long time to break through the nether roof with those dark oak trees, we're going to get to where we want to go with Shadowmere on the roof, and then we're just going to go find the ice spikes on foot, because I don't want to remake those holes in the roof. That takes a really long time. Even though it totally doesn't look like it, you have to keep doing it over and over and over again, and you need like a ton of bone meal and saplings to do it. So see how well we did this? There we go. Oh, that is so nice. We're basically going to go to where we were before, and then just go a different direction to just to kind of get out of the area. Since we already went that way, I kind of want to load chunks only in that direction, because there's other directions we haven't traveled this far in. And if we start going like 25,000 blocks in every direction, pretty soon we're going to have to travel to like 50,000 blocks, 100,000 blocks just to find like new generation in like 1.20. So we're just going to stick with this direction and pray that we find ice spikes. Okay, so made it to our portal here, and then what we're going to do, instead of continuing in the negative X direction, we're just going to turn, and we're going to go, I think we're going to go in the positive Z here. Hey buddy. Oh, he just went through. Ugh, that wasn't supposed to happen. Looks like we got our horse anyway. So I'm probably gonna have to break through the roof again. So no signs of any winter. Starting off in the desert, which is super helpful. Check this out. This is a really cool mountain. Okay, here's a snowfield. So this is probably our best shot here, if we are going to find an ice spikes. Because I feel like sometimes the biomes that are similar to each other kind of just spawn nearby. Yeah, not seeing anything. Cool generation though. Look at that. Okay. There's a spike. That counts. We're counting it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Look at that. Oh yeah. So there we go. That is all the biomes we were looking for. Yeah, not a very big ice spikes biome, but hey, that definitely counts. So nice. Alright, now the hard part is getting back. We're gonna have to break through the roof again because we brought our horse here. Okay, so now we've got our horse in here, and he's not gonna be able to leave even if his lead comes off because he can't go through a one wide doorway. It must be too wide, so we're fine there. And then we need to go find at least one ender pearl, and then I think we should be good. You know, I gotta say, this snowfield is pretty sweet. This is a really good flat area. Wow. This is... with no snow, this looks... wow. I'm screenshotting this. Way too cool. This area is so cool. Oh man, I should totally build out here. Hey, 3 pearls from 1 enderman. Wow. There we go. Now, why 125? There we go. Okay, I'm gonna cut to when I have the hole here, because it does take a while. Alright, about 3 hours later. That's not a joke, by the way. I think this will work. Yep. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna head back. Alright, we're back. Thank God. There we go. And so what we're gonna do now, since we are level 30-ish, 30 something, doesn't matter, we're gonna enchant another fishing rod, and if we don't get... man. Okay, we did get luck of the sea too, but like, we need lure also. Like, we need both. So, if we can get both on a fishing rod, we're gonna start getting some serious coin. Honestly, I'll take, if we get lure 3 and like any luck of the sea, I'll totally take it. Alright, come on. No, dude, unbreaking 3? Unbreaking 3. What am I supposed to do with unbreaking 3? That is just stupid. Well, looks like we're going to get level 30 again, because honestly, at this point, I don't think it's worth fishing if I don't get that good of a fishing rod. So, alright, level 30 again. Any luck of the sea and lure 3. Alright. Dude. Okay. How is that level 30? Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to expand that skeleton farm down in the mine, if you remember where that is. And we just need that for bones. So we're going to use the same treatment we did for the zombie spawner. Okay, so if you remember our spawner down here, how far away are we? Good 1700 blocks. So from here, we are just gonna dig this all out in a 9x9. Cool, there we go. And then we're gonna dig in to the wall here, because remember, we're gonna have a back row of water, and water flows about 8 blocks long. So in order for it to stop right in the middle before the spawner, it needs to be 8 blocks away. So from right, should stop right there, yep. And then here, there we go. And then this hole, we're just gonna have go down, and the problem with this, the skeletons aren't gonna be able to fall very far, like, if at all. So this is gonna be like, it's gonna be pretty damage heavy. There we go. Okay, so now we just need a way to get out really quick. I guess we'll be going over where the spawner is, I think. And then this goes right back down into the spawner. So all we have to do now is break these torches. This torch on this side, there we go. Okay, all the lights gone. And now we can close this off. So now, see, the nice thing about this one is we can wait at the bottom, whereas the other one we have to wait at the top because we're too far away for the skeletons to spawn. But in this one we can just wait all day long. So it makes it a lot easier. Okay, so I'm probably going to leave here with probably a few stacks of bones, just to be sure, and then we'll be good. You know what, while I'm here, I'm also going to set up like a mini little fishing thing. Yeah, we'll just do that. There we go. So that way, when I'm waiting, I can just fish. Now, does it work? Oh, it does. Cool. What we're going to do now is, since we're level 33, again, we're going to go see if I can get a good fishing rod. Because I cannot believe we got Unbreaking 3 twice. For all the marbles. Come on. Hey, there we go. There we go. Okay. Unbreaking 3, Lure 2, Luck of the Sea. Alright, now that I can work with. Alright, so now that we got a decent setup, let's see what we can get. Ooh, fishing rod? Hold on. Hold it. What? That is exactly the same as the one we just got. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? You know what? Can we combine these two? I'm sure it's so expensive. What about the other way around? Nope, too expensive. Okay. Okay. Another fishing rod. Nope, these are the other ones. Is it this one? Yeah, Lure 2. Not great. Ooh, a bow? Okay, hold on. Oh! What? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? What? Are you serious? You do realize now that if I combine this with this bow, we now have a power 5, punch 2, Unbreaking 3, infinity bow. And, you know, I don't really care for flame. But chances that we can combine them? Ooh, I don't know. That is crazy to get that from fishing. Okay, here we go. Too expensive? Ugh, too expensive. Dang. Nonetheless, that's still really good. Ooh, name tag? Nice. Okay, it's been an eon, and I haven't got anything past what we basically just got, so I'm just gonna go enchant, because we're level 34 just from fishing. I don't even know anymore. Now the question is, do I enchant the fishing rod? Actually, I need a new pickaxe. We're vetoing that. I'm just gonna do a pickaxe here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, game. Okay. Please. Honestly, silk touch. Okay, that was just aggressive. I don't even... It said, hey, not only is this a level 30 enchantment, we're going to give you the opposite of what you wanted. Like, alright, dude. Alright, so since we got a name tag, we are going to name our villager number 4. Because he earned it. Okay, where... What? He knew this was gonna happen. He knew it. Hold on. What? Oh, you know what? Okay, so basically zombies have a super far distance to be able to see villagers, and they will literally walk all the way down here just to kill villagers, which is why I put this here, but I don't think this did a good enough job. So I think he died. And we'll just put this there. Cool. Man, that sucks. Well, someone's gonna have to be number 4, because we already named the name tag, so... And it was probably you. You're his brother, number 3. We'll just... Oh, I can't name him. Wait, what? Are you serious? Not if I crouch either? Oh man, today is a horrible day. I mean, this is just... You know, since we have cobblestone walls in the game now, I figured I would just use them to, like, spice up our graveyard, because to me, my original vision for the graveyard had, like, walls, cobblestone walls, and I never really kind of executed on that because we didn't have them at the time, so we just kind of threw together, like, some gravestones and just called it a grave. So, what I'm gonna do, I think what I want to make is, like, a crypt, like just put it back here, and basically we're gonna have like an underground like grave system, because I'm realizing, man, we've died a lot and we got more to go. I'll just say that. So keeping in theme with our cobblestone castle, even though yes, we have some new stuff with stone bricks and whatnot, I figured I would just make this a cobblestone crypt. It sort of adds to the castle next to it. I think that kind of the problem with this being made in beta 1.2, I think was when we built this castle, is that when you built it all in cobblestone, you've kind of set the theme for everything else, and if you want to change the theme, you got to rebuild the castle with materials that you do want to use. So I don't want to rebuild the castle, but I can keep in theme, so we're going to make this cobblestone. Let's try that. Ooh. Okay. I'm trying to decide. You know, maybe I don't want this top thing here. Kind of odd. I feel like it makes it look very goofy. Yeah, I'm really conflicted on what design I want. It's so weird. I think I'm gonna just keep the roof, and if something strikes me to change this up, I will do that, but for right now I think I'm gonna leave that where it is. Okay, and then we're gonna dig this out. Let's just add slabs here too. Yeah, you know what we could even do too? We can get the fire in the wall here, so let's go right here's probably a good spot. We'll go like that, and then yeah, something like that. Yeah, that adds a good atmosphere to it. Not too much detail, but good enough to get you thinking. So, I think how we want to do this is just keep digging and digging, and then sort of figure something out. Something like that. Yeah, I think that works. And basically we can just put like a sign in there that just says like died X day or whatever. Something like this. Also, it's kind of cool that we go into this cave here. It's like a chute of some kind. I don't even know. You know what? Just for some added mystery at the end here, let's sort of like give this opening some more room. That way, like you can just barely peer into this area, and you're sort of just asking a question like, what's over there? You know, sort of like that. You're like, what's down there? Something like that. So I like the way that looks. I feel like a lot of crypts have a very cramped sort of feel, so I feel like I think this kind of got that vibe fairly well. Also, the low lighting is super important, so I think, nah, we'll keep it this dark. I was gonna say we could add more lighting, but I think we actually want it to be this dark. There you go. Obviously we could expand it. We could do more if we wanted to, but I mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Dying 12 more times takes a long time. So I don't think we're gonna need to update this anytime soon, but yeah. And again, I may change this roof. I don't know. And then also we have our cemetery as well. So yeah, something like that. It sort of adds something. And we'll get some more lighting in here too, because we kind of had to get rid of some. And I'm also gonna close that off. Fairly decent graveyard. All sort of revolves around the crypt. I think that adds a lot more. Okay, so I think that's the end of this one. Didn't have too much to do. All we had to do is look through certain biomes, so there wasn't too much to do, so I figured I'd add some building onto this and enchanting, and also the new fishing enchantments, so that was nice. But Next episode, we get endermites, which is really big because one, XP is much harder to get, meaning it's harder to level up, and the amount of XP you need to level up is more. So we're going to make an enderman XP farm, and then also go find an ocean monument, fight the elder guardian, hopefully, things of that nature. So I will see you in 1.8. Ciao.